It's showtime. Hi, everyone. Hi, TPT sellers. It's Mike and Enrica. Super excited.
Hi.
What are we talking about today, Enrica?
Oh, we're talking about, as the title say, keyword research on TPT. Everybody knows that it's one of the most important and difficult things to do for a TPT seller because you can create the most amazing product, but if nobody sees it, nobody will ever buy it. So you need to find a way to be seen. And in order to do that, you have CEO and you have keyword research. You have to use titles that are able to rank in the TPT search engine. And
I just sold a resource because I
wow!
never sell resources on the air, but I just sold one. But it's also because I changed the keywords like a 2
Okay.
hours ago.
Yeah.
Um,
That's the reason. You don't have to create. This is free advice for new TPT seller because this is what I did at the beginning, and it really hurt my sales. If you come up with cutesy title with something beautiful and fun and whatever, and
yeah,
that's what I did. Nobody will ever search like, I don't know.
yeah.
I named a resource around the world in 40 problems.
I
I
remember
bet
that.
nobody will ever search for it because,
Yeah, yeah.
then I kept the title because I liked it in the cover, on the
Right.
cover. And I changed the title in something like Order of Operations Escape Room,
Yeah.
and it's my bestseller. It's sold really thousands of times, and it
So,
has a conversion rate that is like 25%. But
oh, wow.
after I changed the title,
Okay, so I want to clarify for the audience. So TPT SEO, if you don't have the keyword in the title, then you're not going to show up. You've got to put the keyword in the title, and you have to put your main keyword at the very front. But I have a question for you, Enrica. What do
yeah.
you think? So SEO stands for search engine optimization, right? So TPT SEO, and it's about what you said there's a difference between SEO and keyword research. And I'm just curious what you think the difference is between those two.
Oh, probably I will say something completely wrong because CEO is my worst ability. It's something that I still struggle so much to understand. So keyword are the word that you put in the title and you need to have in order to be found when someone look for a resource like order of operations or fractions or grammar, I don't know, whatever.
Right.
And CEO is the way you use the long tail keyword, I think. So it's keyword, but in a longer sentence, maybe. I feel like a kid when the teachers, I feel interrogated.
I'm legitimately curious because
And
people use
this
this
is
word a lot. So I wanted to
this
know
is
what your
what
understanding was.
this is what you have to use in your snippet in an organic way, so you can just put down keywords or long tail keywords
Right.
in the snippet without a sense because the you will be penalized for it. It's called like keyword stuffing or something like that.
Yeah.
And so you have to use uh, everything you have, but it have to make sense. And yeah, you have to use your main keyword in the title and your long
Okay. So
in the
I'm going to
snippet.
pause you
That's
there
yours. Yeah.
because those are great ideas. But for the audience, so basically, keyword research is about choosing the keywords that have a lot of search volume, but hopefully less competition so you can rank. So if you don't choose the right keywords, then even if you do the SEO stuff, it won't matter because you'll rank at the top of a keyword that no one's searching for. SEO is some of the stuff that Enrica's talking about, is the things you do in order to give yourself the best chance of ranking higher, right? So if I have the best keyword, but if I don't put that in my title and my product description, then the search algorithm formula doesn't even know that I want to rank for that, right? So Enrica, I'm excited today because I get to watch you do keyword research. The first part, we're going to do it manually and we get to see Enrica in action. And then the second way,
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
This is research for me because I'm like, we're creating tools to help speed up the process, like these automated tools, but I don't know what's hard, like what numbers you find hard and what numbers you find easy. So those are interesting for me. And then the third thing I want to show you, Enrica, is an unfair advantage. I think it's an unfair advantage, and I'd be curious how it changes your research that we do today.
Okay.
Okay, so can you walk us through how you do keyword research? Do you want to share your screen, or do you want me to do it and you tell me what to search for?
I'm gonna tell you because if I look for something on Google, it's in Italian, so
Okay.
It might be a problem for the audience to understand. Okay. So let's say I wanna create. I have a back to school activity.
Okay.
That I would love to see. It's something that I normally am quite, impartial with my resources are all the same, but there are a couple that are not exactly the same that you prefer,
Right.
that you love. And this one I created last year and it almost did it. I think it sold like 12 times.
So what keyword should I search for?
It's a back to school activity.
Okay, so back to school
math.
Okay, so if I look up back to school math, what numbers are you looking at? Walk me through some of the things that you're thinking.
Okay, back to school math doesn't make any sense because there are too many resources, and
how do you know that?
At the bottom, at the top, above back to school math, there is 150,000.
So 150,000 is too much for you?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
because
so
it's really difficult. So I need to narrow down the resources, like I don't know, back to school math, middle school.
Do you want me to type middle school, or do you want me to change the grade level? Okay, so
because it's generic, it's not only for one level, and it's 43,000. That's a little less, but it might work.
Would you go after this 43,000 results?
Nope, I wouldn't. But I saw that the first activity at the top has only 81 reviews. So let's take a look at the bottom.
Okay, so I love watching you do this because your store, like what you're doing on your store is working, because I think you told me that you're having a great month. Is that still correct?
Yeah. It is, but I don't know. It will change.
Okay, so you're looking at 81 reviews here. Why are you looking at 81 reviews up here?
Because the number of reviews help me understand if I get any chance to rank, if not in the first page, in the first 5 pages. What I read somewhere is that only 15% of the people look after the first page.
They just stay on the first page.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't rank in the first 5 pages, you will never sell anything.
Why first 5 pages though? Because we know that people don't go past the first page.
Yeah, but there is a 50% who go past it, and the ones who go past it, they normally arrive on page 5, page 3, page 5.
So the math person in me is always skeptical about data, and I think, well, how would you even measure who goes past that first page? And I think
I
we can
have
do that
no idea. This is something
unless
that I
TPT
read.
told us. Okay, so
No,
the first
it's something
resource.
generic. It's not only related to TPT. It's uh, the usual rate of a search.
Oh, maybe. Okay, you look at this resource. It has 81 reviews at the top.
Yeah.
What else would you look at for this to decide
How
if you
many
want to do it?
reviews there are at the bottom?
Okay, so I'm going to go all the way to the bottom, and here's the last resource. What does this tell
10
you?
reviews. It might work. And if I would look for a good title for my resource, I would probably take a look also at the reviews that are on page 2. So,
Okay, so you're going to go to page 2. So I'm going to go to page
yes.
2, and page 2, the top one has 43 reviews.
And the bottom one?
So the top one here, just so everyone can see, has 43, and the bottom one has, let's see, 3.
3. So it might work. So back to school, middle school, it's something, but I think I still have space for
Okay,
my title.
okay,
My activity is a get to know you
okay,
activity.
okay.
So I would probably get to know you.
So what should I type at the beginning here? Like just get to know you?
Nope.
Okay.
Leave the title as it was.
Oh, so add get to know you here.
Add get to know you.
Wow. So that's a super long keyword phrase.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
normally go for 5 or 6 keywords in Google search land, like 5 or 6, like 4 to 6. Okay.
Yeah,
So
but Teresa, I know nothing about it.
so
I'm sorry.
you want me to search this?
Yeah, why not?
2,000 results. What does that tell you?
It tells me that if someone search exactly that keyword, which is improbable,
Yeah.
I will probably be found, but that's not what I would aim
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
with this type of title is that I might rank for different um, keyword like back to school, like math activity, math middle school,
Okay.
like get to know you activities. So there is a lot, and I will try something like that.
So I have a question for you. I'm looking at this person's resource and they have first day and get to know you. And they
Yeah,
chose to put first day at the front. I don't know if that's intentional, but it might be.
yeah, I think so.
Do you consider which one to put in the front? Like, how do you decide which keyword to put in the front?
I normally try to see what TPT suggests me.
Oh, like in the auto suggest?
Yeah,
Okay. Right now it's end of year.
yeah, right now it's end of year.
Okay.
So,
So is it, so you would have to wait till later, and then would you choose like, for example,
yeah,
end of the year instead of end of year? Is that what you would go
yeah,
with?
probably.
Okay. So what
Oh,
keyword
it
would,
depends. It depends. Wait, if my I attended a seminar or something like that, that said that if your resource already have a lot of sales and a lot of reviews, then
right?
go for the first one that it suggests you.
Yeah.
But if your resource is new and doesn't have a lot of reviews,
Right.
it's better to go for one of the suggestions that are at the bottom because there is less competition, so it's easier to be
Right.
found.
So for example, you're saying if if your resource has a lot of reviews and has that
Yeah.
other
Then
stuff that will
end
boost
of the
it,
year.
right?
But if it's not, then end of year.
End of year. Interesting. I have a different answer because I understand where that rule of thumb comes from. But there is an unfair advantage now that I think I wonder how it will change your perspective. Okay, so if we go back to this manual way, what will your keyword be? Like are you going to go with back to school, math, middle school, get to know you, or what will
Yeah,
you
I
choose?
would probably back to school math, get to know you, or something like that.
Okay, are there any other keywords that you would look up
No, I don't think so. In this particular
for this
example,
particular
I
resource?
don't. Yeah.
Okay, and then last question, because I'm curious here, would you select down by grade level? Do you know what I mean
Uh,
by that? Like, would
yeah,
you?
yeah. But TPT has changed, and it doesn't let you select more than one grade level. So I'm not sure. It's
Oh, like rather
so
than going,
yeah.
can you
Yeah,
not?
now if you put seventh grade, it will change from six to seven.
Right. It's not an and. It's not and. It's or. But can
Yeah,
I not go to math and then in math click on middle school math
yeah, I might.
and then oh see because it selected 6, 7, 8 for us there. But I
Yeah,
don't know if I can choose. But I don't think regular teachers are searching this way.
yeah. I don't. I think nobody put use the grade, the selections of the grade because uh, you can
If
find everything everywhere. So there is no point in it.
okay, so I have a question for the audience, the people who are watching now and the people who watch later, especially if you know of teachers who use TPT. Do they click these search menus up here? Because, for example, if I just go to TPT, Enrica showed us that if I type back to school math, the grade level won't show up. You can only choose one grade level. But if I choose math and then I go to middle school math, it's chosen for me grade 6, grade 7, and 8, and the subject math. And now if I type back to school, watch. So now it's searching for back to school for these grade levels. And there's only 3,400 results. Does that change the way you think about your keyword research?
No,
Okay.
because
Why
I
not
don't think teachers looking for resources in this way.
in this way? Okay. Yeah. So it's just an unnatural way to search. Okay. So I'm going to ask you about the automated tool. So I'm going to go
Mhm.
to I'm going to type TPT seller. I don't know why I'm doing this without you watching, audience. Here we go, TPT seller. And there I am, Mike Fuchigami, TPT seller tips. And there is a keyword tool that that you can buy the bundle and it's cheaper than $79.99. I'm going to download this. I'm going to wait for the internet. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to click the one-click copy link. And my question for you, Enrica, is, because I'm excited to show you something new.
Mhm.
I have to accept the terms of service, which I do, and then I'll allow access. So I'm going to type in your keyword. What was the keyword again? It was back to school math?
Yeah.
Back to school math. Okay. So it's turning red because it's loading the internet. The new version shows us price. It shows us the average price of the resource on the page and the
Hmm.
bottom price and the top price. And part of me was wondering, is this useful to you? And
I
why
don't
or why
know.
not? Okay.
I
Would
don't
you?
think so because I try to keep my resources as cheap as I can. So I'm not sure this would help me.
So you would
I
never say like, oh, most people are charging on average $8. So maybe I can
no,
increase the price of my resource. That would never cross your
no,
mind. Okay.
no.
Because your strategy is sell resources that are like on the low end, like $1, $2, $3.
Yeah, and mostly I think if one of my resources last one class, even if you can use it multiple times, multiple years, multiple classes, and whatever, I
Right.
think that it's honest. I never think I heard some sellers say I put so much effort in this resource that I'm gonna charge it a lot. But
Right.
I have an opposite view. It doesn't matter how much time it takes me to create a resource.
Yeah.
My point of view is how much time will a teacher use it? So if it's something that will last a class, more or less, I think that $3 is honest. I'm not sure I would feel comfortable
I
charging
think
a bit
that's
more.
I wonder if that's the difference between someone who's thinking as an entrepreneur and someone who's thinking as a teacher, because normally teachers get paid for the amount of work that they do, right? So that's like we get paid for hours of work. Whereas an entrepreneur will realize, no, people aren't willing to pay that much. This is how much it would be worth for someone to buy compared to the value. Like I'm getting a class worth of material, I'll spend $3. I'm getting a week of material, I'll spend $5. Does that come across in your head? Like how much is a single class worth to you if you were going to buy?
It depends. If it's just an activity, it might be around $3. If it's a lesson with instructions, with everything, even if it's just one period class, I think I
Right.
would be willing to spend more.
I have a question for you because this
Yes.
has a drop down that goes by the search category. So I could search by middle school, but
Mhm.
you're saying that most people won't search like that. They'll search
I
by a
don't
single
think
grade.
so. I don't
Interesting.
know. This is just my hunch.
Yeah. Okay. So people watching this either now or later on, can you leave a comment and let us know whether or not people search by grade level, or do they just like if you're using TPT, do you just add middle school at the top as a keyword, or do you go down and select like, oh, I teach grade 7, I teach grade 8? Okay. So I'm going to go back to all grades. Someone
Mhm.
asked for that feature, so I have. It's thinking, it's loading, and my question is how does how would you use the reviews in here to help you figure out if it's too
Ah,
hard or too easy?
I think that it's too hard. I can say that. On page one, the bottom result is 607 reviews.
Reviews?
I have a new product, I have none. So there is
Okay.
no way that I can rank on first page.
What if I type first week? Because I know that that's going to be a trending
Mhm.
keyword. First week
Yeah,
math. And I get the answer. First week math, bottom
yeah,
result
that's
20.
better.
Would
That's
you go
better.
for this? Even though it has
I might.
40,000 competitors.
I might because
So
it's a little easier.
I
Or get to know you activity math or something like that.
get to
Because
know you math. Okay, so let's look this up here. So rather than going to the search pages, I can quickly see the average
yeah,
review. Okay, so
it's not on page one, but I might
on page
be on
2,
page two,
you
so
could
that's
totally rank for
okay.
this. So what's the number? This is the part that I'm trying to get. And I'm going to come to Paula's comment in a second, but so is 8 easy? Is like 100 too hard? What is 25 easy? What's the number if I was going to code it into the program? Should I say
This
is it
is
hard?
really difficult to answer. Uh, I think that like um, 20, 50 reviews are still doables, but more it's impossible.
Okay, so I would be very curious because I know some TPT sellers on the pro side who are just cranking out resources, and I wonder if they have that a halo effect that would make it a little bit easier. Paulo just left a comment. I think most people just add the grade to the top search bar after
I
the
think
original
the
search.
same.
Yeah, I
I
think so
think
too.
also
Okay,
because there are a lot of sellers who simply select all the grades. So you can find like starting to read for 12th grade,
okay.
and you can find syllables or something like that. So there is no point in it.
So I'm curious to hear, Enrica, your thoughts about this unfair advantage. So I'm going to go on the pro side. It's not available anywhere. It's just sort of testing right now. And I'm going to suggest the TPT keyword tool. It's going to go to the pro side. It has some code that I have to accept. I'm curious to hear whether or not people find this warning scary. Do you find this scary if you saw this?
No, I don't even read them.
Is that
But
because you know me, or is that just
no,
because?
because I never read instructions. So
Okay,
that's who I am.
so it doesn't matter to you at all. You would just accept it. You
No,
would
it
just okay.
doesn't. Yeah,
So that
always.
okay, that's cool. I'll just I'll make a copy of this document. Now it's locked down to the SEOTpreneur side, so I'm just going to enter in a key. So let me just move this off camera, put in a magic key, go back here. Okay, so here is the magicness. I can type here back to school. Oops. So the school name is, if I type back to school, it'll now tell me beside it the rank, like the popularity rank. So the lowest numbers for popularity rank will be things like I don't know, like 1, 10. And I've seen the highest number maybe being 16,000, but like 1,000, 2,000 seems like a lot. How would you use this popularity rank? I'm going to type back to school math now just so that we can see the difference. So back to school math has a popularity rank of it's thinking, it's loading. I'm gonna drink some coffee. 46.
Okay, 46.
Yeah.
So it
How does
means
that change the game?
it doesn't, because it means that it's not so popular right now as a term, as a research term, because we are at the end of the school, but it will become popular in August. So that's okay.
Okay, so but I have a question about that, because when I type back to school by itself, I can see that the popularity rank,
Yeah.
sure, it's going to get larger, of course, but it's already, math is hard, like 10 times, 20 times. Well, I don't remember what.
But I will go for it because I would go for it because there are no. It's an equilibrium game. Not many people are searching for it, but because not many people are searching for it, maybe I can be seen.
Right. And because the people who are searching for it are looking for it very specifically. Like
I can be seen. And if I'm seen and if I sell, then I will probably be able to rank for back to school. And that's difficult. You need to find the right combination between
the keywords and the search volume and the competition. I'm going to leave on this thought with the crowd, which is one of the strategies in the larger SEO world. One of the ideas is you have a bunch of smaller pages like that you rank for. So you're not going to rank very high on like back to school, but because it's so long tailed, like there's so many words in the key phrase, like back to school math, get to know you, that the people who are looking for it, you are able to rank. And if you have enough of those little products, then they sort of add up to a lot, right? As opposed to trying to get to the large
mostly if you start to sell for a long keyword, you will rank up, and the most you rank up, the easier it will become to rank for the most general keywords. Right. So
because if you have back to school math,
it's so difficult than getting an headache.
I think we'll end there. Any last thoughts before we jump off the call today, Enrica?
Yes, at the end of the day, just create and enjoy. Don't care about that.
What? That's completely opposite to what you said at the beginning. Because you just said at the beginning, the 40 days around the world.
Yeah, but when I get too tired of researching and doing boring stuff, I go back and I create something new.
Yeah,
and
I
that's
think so.
my
enjoy the process.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Let us know if you're watching afterwards. What number of reviews would you go and say, yeah, I can, this is achievable. This is achievable. I can do it. And what number of reviews are just way too much? Yeah, I'm not going to rank. There's no point. And on that note, we're going to say goodbye. It's too late for me.
Yeah, but for me it's
Awesome.
9 p.m. Okay, bye. See you
Have a
next
great weekend.
Tuesday.
Bye bye now.
Ciao.
Ciao. I don't even know what